Hey guys, what's up? It's Deprimido. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here in FL Studio and we're going to be making a beat for LiL Peep. So I've got this 56 Strat pulled up in Expand. I just turned off the delay, but other than that, no effects. And to start, I'm going to press Control L here in the channel rack. It's going to bring it over to the mixer, and I'm just going to get Guitar Rig 5 going. I only have the demo version, so we're going to have to render it out, but we're going to find a good amp preset, and then we'll start going on the melody. Alright, so first off, I changed this tempo to 110 instead of 140, and I've laid out this pretty simple little melody here with the guitar. It sounds like this. As you can hear, it sounds very nice, and it would work really good for Peep. I am going to slow this down just a little bit more, and then the amp is sounding kind of harsh, so I'm going to change the preset. I'm just going to go with this Breath You Hold preset. We're going to try this. It sounds pretty cool. I might turn off this compressor. Alright, so I turned off the compressor and the delay, and it sounds really good now. And yeah, so let's maybe get a counter melody going. I want to use a bell, and we're going to keep it pretty simple, but I'm just going to open another instance of Expand and bring this up. And I'm going to just use the soft Celeste right here. And this should sound pretty good. So let's open up the piano roll right here. Try this up an octave. Alright, I'm going to double that over, and let's see, that's just a bit too long right there, so we can pull that back and then double that over, and I want to do that. Next, I want to get this bell into the mixer, and I want to do like Fruity Love Filter or something. I'm going to do that and I'll come back. So to start off, I added Fruity Love Filter, and I just did kind of a high pass to soften it up a little bit. Then there was a harsh frequency right here, so I just dipped that out a little bit with a regular EQ, and it sounds like this now. You can hear it sounds a lot softer and just better, and it fits better with this guitar because I don't want it to be standing out too much, and in order to make that happen, I'm also going to turn it down a little bit. And obviously we'll do a more extensive mix later, but now I'm just going to open up probably another instance of Expand, and I'm going to find a nice pad to layer with the guitar, and then I'm probably going to get into the drums. So I found this pad here in Expand. It's this Dreaming preset out of the Soft Pads bank. First I brought the attack up a little bit, then I put it in the mixer, and I added an EQ to cut some of the highs and dip out the lows. You can hear the before and after. So that EQ just sets it a lot more in the background, and this is just this guitar part just layered over, and I cut out the 7th. I took all of those off of all of the chords, and I just brought each note to the front of the bar. But yeah, so all together we have this for our melody. it's very spacious and open and happy, but also kind of melancholic. I do want to get Valhalla Supermassive and add a little bit of reverb on this guitar here. So I'm going to try this preset. And that just makes it a little bit bigger. It's a lot more open, and I think it fits in with the rest of this melody really well. It just has a very open, spacious vibe. Next, I'm going to start on the drums, so I'm just going to look for a decent hi-hat. I like this. This sounds pretty good. We can just start with a two-step. Played out a pretty bouncy little pattern here on the snare. It sounds like this. And then I want to add a little roll right here. And we also added this roll here and a little thing there on the hi-hat. But I'm going to add this roll right here. I'm just going to press Alt-U, and that just chops it up. We can bring the velocities down. And then I'm just going to delete all that, press Ctrl-B to double it all over. And it sounds pretty good. Next, I'm going to get a kick. With Peep type beats, I like to keep the kick pretty clean for the most part, just nice and punchy with a lot of low frequencies, and yeah, pretty simple. This is sounding really good. The melody's just super vibey. The drums are bouncy. I do want to get probably an open hat, and that'll pretty much be it for the instruments. So I switched out the snare, so it sounds like this now. And I'm just going to grab all of the bounce notes and turn the velocities down a bit. Totally hear Peep on this. This is really good. So now I'm going to start mixing it a little bit. We've only got 7 instruments, including all the drums. This is super simple. Actually, I do want to add just a very simple sub bass, and I'm going to show you how I like to make my sub basses. So Fruity DX10 is kind of my go-to for this. I leave the envelope on the first oscillator alone. On the second one, I bring the initial all the way down, bring the time pretty much where it was. You can adjust it a little bit, but I like to leave it mostly where it is. Bring the sustain up a little bit, and then we gotta first get the initial sound good. So you can actually just turn the second oscillator off for now. Then we can bring it back out like this. This is an accent oscillator. It's a modulator, but that's same difference essentially. Not really, but for all purposes of the video, I'm just going to call it an oscillator. So we can copy all of the root notes, bring them onto here like this, and then play that. just play that solo. It sounds like this. So you can hear it's just adding a nice little bit of low end. It sounds really cool. A little bit of grit. We can come and add this to the mixer as well. And now I'm going to just run through each of these and hear if they need any effects. I'm going to cut the lows just a little bit more on this. I want to add just a very small amount of reverb to this hi-hat. I'm going to go with this drum room preset and then just turn the wet down. Like that. Then I also want to just raise the highs a little bit with this built-in EQ. And we can cut the lows for a little bit for that matter. Sounds pretty good. Alright, so for these type of beats, since we don't have an 808, I like to start off with the hi-hat, then at the snare. I'm going to raise the highs a little bit on this. Then I like to add the main melody after I have the core drums done. Might try this sub bass up one octave. I like that. So that sounded pretty good for the mix. Turn this down a little bit. And I actually I forgot, I need to fix this. So for this, you want to just kind of mess with the decay time and the time right here, and that way you can kind of keep a steady volume, but you can add just a little bit more grit over time while the sub bass sustains, and it sounds pretty good. Right, so like that. And that's all sounding pretty good to me, so I'm going to start arranging it.
Let Deprimido make this slap so hard.
So yeah, this is pretty much the beat in its entirety. It's about 3.5 minutes, which is not bad. 105 BPM, 3.5 minutes isn't too bad. And yeah, this sounds really good to me. The drums are nice and punchy and bouncy. The melody is just super spacious and vibey. And yeah, it's sounding really good. I can definitely hear Peep on this, especially like Crybaby. I think this would have worked really well on that album. maybe even Hellboy, but definitely Crybaby especially. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to go over and follow me on Instagram. I am only about 100 followers away from reaching 1,000 followers, and when I do, I'm dropping a free MIDI kit that you can all get. Also, subscribe here on YouTube. I need 21 more subscribers before I drop a free guitar kit. It's going to have a bunch of different guitar melodies. It's going to sound really, really good. Also, drop a like if you enjoyed, and I will talk to you all in the next video.